Some say Chinese is one of the most difficult languages in the world, and learning it is almost impossible.
So learning Chinese, the most difficult thing.
非常非常非常非常非常难
So I'm sort of tone deaf. I can't really hear them.
I think the cultural mindset is the biggest complication for
The
us.
grammar.
知吃思诗都还难
It's just complicated so much.
Only because you're not learning it in the right way. Why not try Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 I'm 牛红林 Joining me today, Georgia Masset. Hello, Georgia.
Hello, everyone. It's always such a pleasure to be here.
It's always great to have you here. You know, I feel like doing Takeaway Chinese is one of the favorite things that I have in my life, and another really good one to me is traveling around, because I haven't been doing that for quite a long time and I miss the feeling of going around sightseeing, enjoying a lot of beautiful natural and cultural destinations, and you know, having this very nurturing feeling to both my body and my soul.
This is such a nice way to spend your time. It's especially, I feel like, a Sunday activity to either climb a mountain or have a very good walk that you're hesitant. On my side, I'm always hesitant on doing because I'm a bit lazy. But then it's so satisfying to either see the view or just to feel like you moved your body and did something good.
Oh, definitely. I remember when I was a kid, for example, mountain climbing was something that I did quite a lot. I remember trying to recite a poem when I'm doing all the stairs on the mountain, because there were too many stairs. And when you're doing that, you have to distress your mind from the tiredness that's gradually taking your strength away. And what I used to do is to sing or to try to recite a poem that I enjoy quite so much in my head, and I'll just, you know, climb the stairs or climb the mountains one stair at a time, and it was such a fun experience. Sometimes I would also conduct a little competition with whoever's in the same traveling group with me. Sometimes it's my parents, sometimes it's other, you know, fellow friends, and it's such a rewarding feeling.
It actually is. To me, I had the real reward. I don't know if it was the same for you, but in Italy, when you climb a mountain, at the top of the mountain, there is a special restaurant. And in order for people to rest or to eat or just drink a coffee, and just the thought of the food waiting for me, that kept me going and kept me walking, and it's still doing that to this day. If I know that at the end of the walk there is a nice restaurant with nice mountain food with mushrooms and everything related, it makes it easier, very much easier.
Oh, that is a really good point, and I would like to have that reward myself. And in Chinese, actually, mountain climbing has its own word. It's 爬山.
爬山.
Yeah, so 爬 carries the meaning of climb, and 山 is mountain. And what's very interesting is that there is another word for it, that is 登山.
登山.
Yeah, 登 carries also the meaning of climb. But the thing is, for me at least, 登山 is a little more professional than 爬山. For example, if you're only climbing this little hill adjacent to your city on the city skirt, or maybe it's just a little hill even in the city, I would use 爬山. But if you're climbing for example, Chumulama, then you definitely use 登山. So 登山, in my head, is more professional. 登山.
Oh, dongshan. So can it be used for those persons who use like a very specific, who climb a lot of mountains, but also have special shoes, special ways of doing that, and it's kind of their hobby and they do it seriously?
Oh, yes, that's my feeling as well. That is, if you're treating mountain climbing as a professional sport, or you have all the gears and everything, you can still use 爬山, but I would definitely choose 登山 instead.
登山.
登山. So for our dear listeners, if you're interested in Chinese culture and you want to get a grip on the Chinese language, especially in the theme of mountain climbing, then today's show is for you. Stick with us for 30 minutes and you soon see the rewards. And for more fun Chinese learning, follow our Facebook page, Learn Chinese, to watch many fun videos and live streams. But now, let's provide you with some free Chinese for takeaway.
你爬过武夷山吗？
说起来真是遗憾，我还没去过呢。
我觉得你应该找机会去一次武夷山，感受一下那里秀美的自然风光。
你说的对，听说当地的岩茶也非常出名，以后一定要尝尝。
Apparently, the mountain we're climbing today is the Wuyi Mountain, Wuyi Shan. Have you heard of it?
Oh, I actually haven't. And I have a thought. Is it very difficult to climb and extremely tall?
Not entirely, depending on how you understand difficult to climb and tall. It's more the sense that it's very famous, it has a lot of natural resources, and also it's very beautiful, and it has a lot to offer instead of just really difficult to climb. But I think we can discuss about Wuyi Mountain a little bit later in the show. First, let's take a look at the sentence. 你爬过武夷山吗？
Have you climbed Wuyi Mountain before?
你
You
爬过
to climb. Have you experienced in the past the
Yes.
experience of climbing?
武夷山
Wuyi Shan, our mountain of today.
Yes, the Wuyi Mountain. And here, from this sentence, we already know that actually 爬山, this word can be separated and can be used in this way. That is to 爬 certain mountain. We know already that there are different ways to form a word in the Chinese language. One is to have, for example, characters with same or similar meanings put together to form a relatively more official word. And the other is to have a verb kind of character and a noun kind of character to form a word. And 爬山 is definitely the letter. So we know 爬 is to climb and 山 is mountain. So technically speaking, 爬 is the verb and 山 is the noun receiving end of the verb. So 爬山, climb the mountain. And definitely when a word is formed in this way, you can be more specific about the noun. So 爬山 is climb mountain. 爬武夷山 is climb the Wuyi Mountain. 爬喜马拉雅山 is to climb the Himalaya mountain. So see, you can separate the word and add more info into it.
Oh, this is such a nice way of constructing verbs in the Chinese language, to put information in between the separate verbs.
Yes. And then we also notice the character 过 in the sentence. And 过 actually means to have done something or to have passed a certain period of time. For example, 过年, remember, to celebrate the 年, to celebrate the new year. That'll be 过年.
Yes.
And
过年.
that is why when we have the structure of subject plus verb plus 过 plus object, we're basically seeing something has done or something has been experienced before.
Is it something that is finished, or something? It can be still something that's going on to this day?
Mostly it's something that's finished, but the stress of this structure is more like I have the experience or I have been experienced this in previous times. For example, 你学过中文吗?
Have you ever studied Chinese?
Yes. So as long as you've had the experience of learning, for example, 你好, or having the experience of listening to takeaway Chinese, it justifies as 学过中文 because you've had the experience. Of course, you can still be studying it. You can continue studying it. But the key message here is, you've had the experience.
Okay, now it makes sense. So it can be a very serious learner or a more casual one, but the experience is the same.
Definitely. Or you can say things like, 你见过那个人吗?
Have you ever seen that person before?
Yeah. So seeing that person is the experience we're talking about. And as long as you've seen him before, no matter if it's a very brief passing by or if it's a deep conversation, it does not really matter. As long as the experience of seeing that person has happened before, you can say 我见过他. I've seen him.
Okay. And if we omit guo. For example, if I want to see, have you ever seen this movie, 你看过这个电影吗? Can I omit the guo, or is it a mistake?
It is definitely necessary for you to say 过 because again 过 carries the meaning of had the experience before. If you say 我看过这部电影, it means I have seen this movie before, I've watched this movie before. But if you say 我看这部电影, it means I am watching it now. Or 你看这部电影吗? Do you want to watch it? That's the thing about the Chinese language. Sometimes little characters matters a lot because we do not really have a different, for example, past tense for different words. So the tense of the words, the situation of have you done this or are you doing it or are you going to do it has a lot to do with little words in the sentence. So you can definitely not omit 过.
Oh yes, the sentence completely changes. Now it makes sense. Thank you.
Definitely. And how about we've been to this place before? How can you say that in Chinese?
我们来过这个地方.
Yes, 我们来过这个地方. We've been to this place. 我们 we 来 come 过 have already had the experience 这个地方 this place. That's how you say that. Perfect. Let's move on to the next sentence. 说起来真是遗憾。我还没去过呢.
Speaking of this, it is regrettable that I haven't been there yet.
Yes. So 说起来
speaking of this,
真是
it really is
遗憾.
Regrettable, a pity.
Yes. 遗憾 is exactly regrettable or pity. You can say things like 真遗憾, what a pity, or 我很遗憾, I feel very regrettable, or it's such a pity.
Oh, it can be used also, I regret doing this.
That's interesting because if you want to say I regret doing this, there is another word, 后悔.
后悔.
Yes, 后悔 basically means I hope I haven't done this. I regret doing this.
Oh.
And in Chinese, sometimes people would say that 后悔药. That is, 药 we know is medicine and a pill. And 后悔药 means the kind of medicine that you can take and you take back the things that you've done, the word that you've said. And definitely we know it does not exist. But we say, 真是没有地方买后悔药. There's no place that I can buy pills that can take back my regrets. So 后悔 actually is more precise if you want to say that, it's regrettable that I did this.
Okay, 后悔.
And then 我
I
还
still
没去过.
Haven't been there, haven't had experience.
Yes, not at the end of the sentence, showcasing that, it's a tone. It's the end of the sentence. And then, 我觉得你应该找机会去一次武夷山，感受一下那里秀美的自然风光。
I think you should visit Wuyi Mountain someday and see its beautiful natural scenery.
Yes, perfect. 我觉得
I think that
你
you
应该
should.
Actually, it's a perfect translation, and it is essential word that you should know in a conversational Chinese because using 应该 is quite common when you express the idea of should, ought to, and the structure is quite clear. It's subject plus 应该 plus the verb plus the object. For example, I can say things like 我应该给你多少钱?
How much money should I give to you?
Yeah, see, I 应该 should 给你 give you 多少 how much 钱 money. It's that simple.
Yeah, it's very easy to understand and to grasp.
Yes, very easy to use. And also in the Chinese concept or traditional Chinese medicine perspective, we believe that drinking hot water can be quite beneficial to people's health. That is why I can say 感冒的时候应该喝热水.
You should drink hotter water when you have a cold.
Definitely. I know it's not a common practice in the Western world, right?
No, it's not, but it's a funny thing I've seen on the internet where in the Chinese culture water is treated as something that it's treated as something that cures every illness.
Oh, definitely. And 多喝热水, more drinking hot water is almost a phrase or a slang or a popular saying in the Chinese internet. Sometimes a little bit ironic if you say, 多喝热水, drink more hot water. People would conceive that as that you're not paying attention or giving a real caring suggestion, but only to give someone a cliche as a suggestion. But definitely, you know the importance of hot water in the Chinese concept. In the meantime, how to say you should come to the office tomorrow at 8:30.
明天你应该8点半来公司。
See, perfect. 明天 that's tomorrow. 你 that's the subject. You 应该 should 8点半 8:30 来公司 come to the office. So tomorrow you should 8:30 come to the office. Exact. 明天你应该8点半来公司。
So can I ask you, is 应该 softer? Is not you should, but it would be nice if you could come to the office at 8:30.
Well, I feel that 应该 is quite direct. It's not that soft.
Okay, so you have to, but must.
Yeah, I think it's softer than must. And it's stronger than it is good if you could. So
Okay,
yeah, you should, you ought to. 找机会.
找机会 to search the opportunity.
Yes, to find an opportunity. And in Chinese, actually, it's interesting because we often say seize the opportunity because opportunity is something that you grasp instead of something that you can find. But in the Chinese concept, you can definitely find the opportunity or create the opportunity. So here, 找机会, find the opportunity. You can also say 创造机会, create the opportunity.
This is nice. And to go look for the opportunities. I think it's a nice way of saying that.
去一次.
To go one time.
Yes, to visit one time. 武夷山, that is the mountain of this episode, Wuyi Mountain. And 感受.
感受 to feel.
一下.
A little bit.
A little bit. So we use this do something a little bit quite so much in Chinese. I feel like it's more like softening the tone.
So you should feel a little.
Yes, because I don't want to push you into feeling too much of it, but I suggest you to feel it also, softening the tone. And then 那里.
There.
秀美.
Elegant.
Elegant. 秀 carries the meaning of elegant, and 美 is beautiful. So 秀美的自然风光.
自然风光, the nature, the beautiful natural scenery.
Yes. So 自然 we know is natural, and 风光 is scenery, and sights, 自然风光 the natural scenery, the natural beauty. 你说的对，听说当地的岩茶也非常出名，以后一定要尝尝。
You're right. I heard that the local rock tea is also quite famous. I must try it in the future.
你说的对。
You're right. You said the right thing.
Yes. 当地
Local.
Yes, local. 当地 当 is that or exact that. 地方 place. So at that place. So local. 岩茶.
岩茶 rock tea.
Rock tea. 岩 carries the meaning of 岩石 rock, and tea 茶岩茶 rock tea.
岩茶. When I first read about rock tea, I was a little dubious, but then I saw it wasn't made of rocks.
No. I think it's just the name of the tea, and there are different types when it comes to naming of local product. And yeah, it's not made of rock. It just is something that's, has something to do with rock. We'll talk about it later. So 岩茶 rock tea. 也
Also.
非常
Very.
出名
出名 famous, well known.
Well known, famous. 出 we know is out. 名 is name. So if your name get out of your house, your village, your city, your country, if your name is out there, then definitely you're very well known.
It's such a nice way and straightforward of saying famous.
Yes, I'm glad you feel that way. And then we have 以后.
以后 after, in the future.
Yes, 一定.
For sure.
Yes, 要.
I will, to will.
Yes, 尝尝.
尝尝 have a taste.
Have a taste. So what is another way of saying have a taste?
Is it just 尝 also?
Not exactly. You can try using the structure that has been used in today's conversation.
尝一尝
尝一尝, definitely. And there's another one.
吃
尝一下.
尝一下 right
Yes, right? Because you can 感受一下. That's have a little bit of feeling. 尝一下 have a little bit of taste. Yeah.
尝一下
Yes, so actually 尝尝,尝一尝,尝一下,尝一次 have one time of a taste. All of these expressions actually work.
Okay, to have a little taste in a casual way.
Yes. So that's the conversation. Do you have any other questions?
No, I had a lot, but they're all solved.
Okay, great. Then let's give the conversation a go. How about I start?
Yes.
你爬过武夷山吗？
说起来真是遗憾，我还没去过呢。
我觉得你应该找机会去一次武夷山，感受一下那里秀美的自然风光。
你说的对，听说当地的烟茶也非常出名，以后一定要尝尝。
Perfect. You're listening to Takeaway Chinese with myself, Niu Hongli, and Georgia. We would love to hear from you. Send us your thoughts by email to learnchinese@cri.com.cn. Coming up next, let's talk about mountain climbing and specifically the mountain of today's episode, the Wuyi Mountain. Don't go away, so you will take some Chinese away. Welcome back to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Georgia for the show. So Georgia, mountain climbing. Do you know any Chinese word or expression or idiom about mountain climbing or about mountains?
I actually don't, and I would love to learn some.
Well, I think I want to share with you at least this one, that is 山清水秀.
山清水秀
Yes. In today's conversation, we've had the word 秀美 being graceful, elegant, beautiful.
秀美
Yes. So we know 山 is the mountain, 清 is lush or green, 水 is water, and 秀 is the same 秀 in 秀美. So we're saying it's very beautiful, it's very elegant. And 山清水秀 is usually the word we use to describe this very beautiful landscape, this very beautiful scene of green mountains and great rivers and streams, water in the mountain, making the entire scenery very, very enjoyable. 山清水秀.
山清水秀 I feel like it perfectly describes what mountain represent to us. And I had this image of when you have to climb a mountain and you're standing beneath the mountain, and it looks so, it makes you so, afraid in some way because they're so big, spectacular. And at the same time, when you start climbing it and when you reach the top, I think that that's one of the best feelings, and the pride that comes with it, and of having conquered the mountain and lived what it has to give you.
Oh, definitely. And that is why the mountain staying green and the water staying clear is very important in the Chinese context. We also have 绿水青山, and 绿水青山 means lucid water and green mountain. So 绿水青山.
绿水青山
Yes, and Chinese people sometimes say 绿水青山就是金山银山. So 金银 is gold and silver, and golden mountains and silver waters does not stand for the color of the mountains and rivers anymore. It stands for the value of it. So we say a mountain or a beautiful natural scenery in itself is very, very valuable.
That's so true, and it's one of the reasons why we have to fight a lot to protect these landscapes that we still have, and it's such a gift.
Definitely. And actually, Wuyi Mountain in the conversation is a good example in China where people are protecting mountain areas and discovering new methods to generate wealth sustainably through green access. Actually, the Wuyi Mountain were listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site for their natural and cultural value. UNESCO describes the region as the most outstanding area for biodiversity conservation and a refuge for a large number of ancient relict species, many of them endemic to China. On October 12, 2021, China announced the first batch of 5 national parks, including Wuyi Mountain National Parks, during the 5th conference of the parties to the United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity held in Kunming, capital of the southwest province of Yunnan. The park has the largest, most complete, and representative example of subtropical forests compared with other areas of the world at the same latitude. So Wuyi Mountain is quite precious.
It should be. I love seeing how many efforts locals put into protecting it. And we were talking before about how my curiosity for rock tea. And in the Wuyi Mountains, tea plants cover the slopes and even grow in crevices and tea around them. So the tea bushes that are growing on rocky cliffs on the bottom of the terrain are subjected to direct sunlight only during the middle of the day. And they, for this reason, experience a significant temperature difference between the morning and the evening. These unique conditions have created the Wuyi Mountains an ideal rock tea. And this is something that it's so nice and so good. And the tea industry has been a very important pillar in the local fight against poverty.
Yes, it is a very good example of local people holding the philosophy that clear waters and green mountains are as good as mountain of gold and silver. 绿水青山就是金山银山. And we get to see that instead of making the mountain or making the national park a no man's land or make it off limits for human activity, what people actually are doing in the area is to balance environmental protection and economic activity to ensure harmonious development. We talked about 和谐共处, 人与自然和谐共处. Human and nature harmoniously coexist. 人与自然和谐共处. And that brings us to the end of today's Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Georgia. Thank you so much for listening. For more episodes of the show, you can visit our website at radio.cgtn.com and go to the column podcast. You can also listen to the show and read the script there. Find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Just search for Takeaway Chinese. Don't forget to leave your questions, comments, and a 5-star rating. 感谢收听，我们下次再见。
Thank you so much for listening. 再见。